let me first provide you with the verses from John 9 verses 21 to 30 from the New International Version (NIV) of the Bible. John 9 verses 21 to 30, NIV. 21 But by what means he now sees, we do not know, or who opened his eyes, we do not know. He is of age, ask him. He will speak for himself. 22 His parents said these things because they feared the Jews, for the Jews had agreed already that if anyone confessed that he was Christ, he would be put out of the synagogue. 23 Therefore his parents said, He is of age, ask him. 24 So they again called the man who was blind, and said to him, Give God the glory. We know that this man is a sinner. 25 He answered and said, Whether he is a sinner or not I do not know. One thing I know, that though I was blind, now I see. 26 Then they said to him again, What did he do to you? How did he open your eyes? 27 He answered them, I told you already, and you did not listen. Why do you want to hear it again? Do you also want to become his disciples? 28 Then they reviled him and said, You are his disciple, but we are Moses' disciples. 29 We know that God spoke to Moses, as for this fellow, we do not know where he is from. 30 The man answered and said to them, Why, this is a marvelous thing, that you do not know where he is from, yet he has opened my eyes. Expounding on John 9 verses 21 to 30. This passage is part of the larger narrative where Jesus heals a man born blind, and it focuses on the subsequent investigation by the Pharisees and the religious leaders. The fear of the parents, verses 21 to 23. When questioned about the healing, the parents of the man born blind are hesitant to speak. They acknowledge that their son was born blind and can now see but avoid commenting on how it happened. Their reluctance stems from their fear of the Jewish leaders, as acknowledging Jesus as the Messiah would mean excommunication from the synagogue. Their response, He is of age, ask him, is a way of distancing themselves from the situation. The interrogation continues, verses 24 to 27. The Pharisees are persistent in their investigation. They approach the healed man again, urging him to give God the glory, a way of prompting him to speak the truth. By asserting, we know that this man is a sinner, they show their prejudice against Jesus. The man's response is profound in its simplicity, whether he is a sinner or not I do not know. One thing I know, that though I was blind, now I see. He sticks to his personal experience without entering theological debates. Discipleship and mockery, verses 28 to 30. The man challenges the religious leaders with a rhetorical question, Do you also want to become his disciples? This infuriates them, leading them to insult him. They try to draw a distinction between themselves, as followers of Moses, whom they acknowledge as a prophet from God, and followers of Jesus, whose origins they claim not to know. The man counters their argument by highlighting the irony of the situation. They, the supposed religious experts, can't recognize the divine power and origin of someone who can perform such a miraculous healing. This passage underscores several themes present throughout the Gospel of John: the tension between Jesus and the religious establishment, the theme of spiritual blindness versus physical blindness, and the transformative power of Jesus' miracles on individuals and communities.